The Darkness Within, a Harry Potter sequel. Epilogue. "The wand and stone are safe," said Harry. He sat alone in the headmistress's office, on a chair facing Dumbledore's portrait. Several days had passed since the events in the Shrieking Shack, and it felt, to Harry, that the world was returning to normal. At least, as normal as his life had ever been. Dumbledore nodded. "We must do our best to ensure they are never found. The temptation is too great, even for those who have the best intentions. How is young Master Lupin?" "A little shaken, but he has lots to keep his mind off it. He has a wedding to plan, now, but Voldemort really did a number on him for a couple of days. I can imagine, even from the other side, Tom Riddle continues to spread his particularly powerful brand of evil." "Professor? You are going to ask if what he was apparently attempting is possible, something akin to reviving himself, with the body of Remus or Nymphadora as a vessel." Harry stared at the floor. He told Teddy his blood could be found somewhere, but he wasn't technically dead the last time he came back, because of the Horcruxes. Would the spell he used to come back before be enough this time? He waited for an answer. After several seconds, he looked up. Dumbledore, for the first time in Harry's life, looked uncertain. I do not know, Harry." This answer sent a chill through Harry's body. Dumbledore continued. "Voldemort now understands death better than he ever has, better than anyone alive. Of course, without the stone, there would be no way to exact his will via another and conceive of a return to the world of the living. But, as we saw with Master Lupin, if he can deceive someone into attempting a revival, he will. This is why it is so important that the stone never resurfaces." Harry nodded. "But, why don't you know? You're dead too." "Harry, I am the portrait of a dead man. So if you used the stone to summon the real me, I may perhaps have a better answer for you. But 2 points. 1, are you sure you would want that knowledge? And 2, if I did know of such things, I can categorically state I would never tell you or anyone else. Some knowledge is better left unknown, my boy." Harry stood up. "I'll have the Aurors search for anywhere that Voldemort could have hidden some of his blood before he died. Any ideas?" Dumbledore stroked his beard. "I would have them start anywhere he considered important throughout his life. Who would have thought you'd be retracing your steps from the search for the Horcruxes?" "Who'd have thought," said Harry, sighing. "Until next time, Professor." "Potter," said a different voice. Harry turned. Another portrait was speaking to him. It was Snape. "Before you go..." Harry walked over to Snape. He did not look so grumpy, so weary, so bitter in his headmaster portrait. On the contrary, he looked peaceful. "What is it, Professor?" Harry asked. "I heard you named your daughter Lily," Snape said. Harry smiled. "Yes." He pulled out his wallet, opened it, and took out a picture. He held the picture up to the portrait. Snape's stoic expression broke. His eyes welled up. She looks like her. She has her eyes." Harry put his wallet away. "Professor, I just realized I never thanked..." "Not necessary, Harry. Your mother would be very proud of you. I wish she could have seen what you created." Harry's eyes took their turn welling up. "Thank you for saying that, Professor. Best potions master I ever had." "Ha!" said Snape. "Well, of course I was better than that fool Slughorn." Harry chuckled. "Good night, Professor." Snape nodded and walked out the side of his portrait. Harry exited the office. Several noses were blown on handkerchiefs after he left. "Well," said Dumbledore, "that was lovely, Severus. Harry will not forget that." Dumbledore turned to the side of his canvas, and his eyebrows rose as Snape appeared in it. Snape held out his arms and pulled Dumbledore into a hug. "I just realized I never thanked you, Albus," he said. Harry pushed open his front gate and walked up the path to his front door. As he entered, he could hear Ginny and Lily giggling together in the living room. As soon as he stepped into the room, Lily yelled, "Daddy!" and ran towards him. He picked her up and stroked her hair away from her face. "Lil, go pack some clothes," said Harry, bouncing her up and down. "We're going on a holiday." "Right now?" Lily asked, her eyes widening. "Right now," Harry yelled. Lily squealed and leapt to the floor. She sped up the stairs, leaving Harry and Ginny alone. Harry strode to his wife and pulled her close. She threw her arms around his neck, and he was reminded of their first kiss, all those years ago, in Gryffindor common room. "Where are we going?" she asked, her eyes twinkling. "Wherever you want," Harry replied. "And when we get back, I think it's time for a career change." Ginny beamed. "Well, what's next, Harry Potter?" Harry shrugged. "I have some things to clear up at the Ministry, and then something completely different. I mean, I have always enjoyed Quidditch." Hey guys, thanks for listening. I'm so glad you made it to the end of the story. If you don't want the story to be over, click the link in the description for exclusive access to the hidden chapter of The Darkness Within.